Now, I'm going to introduce somebody and invite her on stage who's very special to me. And it is a moment of very deep pride for a chapter to invite her. She's just not a guest today. She is a global voice of coaching. For the first time, she's joining our chapter in the capacity of the representative of ICF Global Enterprise Board. And we couldn't have asked for more than her as an inspiring presence. Vijayalakshmi S, more fondly known as Vijay, and I should put her a PPT up. Just a sec. I've been trained by Vijay as well, so. Okay, I missed this, but I can't miss this. So with 25 years of experience and over 3,700 coaching hours, she's worked across executive leadership, wellness, systemic, and team coaching, bringing depth, compassion, and sharp insight into every space she's entered. Her work has been recognized to the highest levels, including being honored as a distinguished coach as the ICF Coaching Impact Awards 2024 in Greece, along with multiple global recognitions for excellence and contribution. But beyond all her achievement, what truly defines Vijay is her journey as a volunteer leader. And the first thing that she came and said, I need that volunteering badge. A journey of service, commitment, and building ecosystems that create access, awareness, and advocacy for coaching. And many of us remember this. Last time when she visited our chapter during 10 Lighten, she went on stage and made a bold declaration that this chapter would win the Best Chapter Recognition Award, and we did it. That belief, that conviction, that continues to echo in everything that we have built. So today, as she stands again with us, we're not just welcoming a leader, we are welcoming a possibility with a roar. Welcome, Vijay.
Thank you so much. Can I shut this? Yeah.
Okay. We'll change.
So, yeah, let me just. Yeah.
Audible? Yeah? Last row? Okay. I generally don't like the mic because I'm told I have a loud voice, but I will still use it. It's hard to go after Debeshi because there's this all that passion in the being. But all I can say is, Debeshi, we're all in this together. Yeah. And she did remember, and even if she didn't, I would have said, I won't say I told you so. And I'm also, full disclaimer, I have nothing to be, I was not on the jury, nothing to do with the award. But just, last year, I think we were in a different hall, very different setting, many of you there. And I just said it from my heart. I think you guys, next time when I come back, you're going to have some good news and you're going to get recognized. So, well, cheers to that. Congratulations again. ICF Delhi, and when I mean ICF Delhi NCR, I mean everybody who's part of the ecosystem, right? It's not just coaches who ever make a chapter. Coaches, clients who have reposed trust in coaches, coaching enthusiasts, everybody who kind of brings a coaching ecosystem together. So congratulations for each one of you. It's my absolute honor and pleasure to be invited with so much of love and I think a positive regard into this space. A space that's yours, and a space which I think you want to be treated as home by several others who pass by Delhi. And I don't just mean literally. Yeah? And to be here at the second edition of Raga Returns on a topic that is so relevant, so important today than it ever could have been. And in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts a little bit more about why I say so and what we can take away and leave you with something to reflect on as you move forward in the day. We live in a world that is so interconnected. It's hard to visualize. Yeah? It's hard to visualize the impact of this interconnection. In the last couple of weeks, whether it's been interacting with my, the iron wala who presses clothes on the roads, I don't know how it is in Delhi, but Chennai, every road has an iron wala. To, country heads who are in very high stakes roles, lot is on the line. The one thing everybody talks about is how they are affected by the war. So much so to a 17-year-old who I met socially. Said, all of this is adding on so much of stress, before my board exams. And it's true, And that's why this interconnection, normally we would talk about interconnection as a great thing, right? And that's what technology did for us. Brought us all together. I mean, you can feel Magda in the room. You can feel Susan in the room, right? Of course, Satoshi has been kind enough to come here physically, but, you can feel so many voices in the room. That's a great thing. But it's also scary that your problems are never yours alone. We realized this for the first time 6 years back when in a till then less known place in one part of the world, a little virus wreaked havoc. Yeah, none of us were away from it, and we realized the power or, there's this scary nature of interconnection. But today we see it in a very different way. Today it's about the speed of it, the myriad ways in which it can affect people. War in one part of the world is never war in one part of the world. So when I talk about this interconnection, I bring you to the other theme, which is at the heart of the event today, which is chaos. Yeah? We're also in a time where with so many changes, so much of unpredictability, this chaos also feels like it's too quick. There's just no respite. Everything is moving too fast. Technology, fantastic, right? It's going to change the narrative of coaching and so many other professions. But are we really ready for this chaos? Morning to night, you wake up in the morning. Is there anyone in this room who does not feel that effect of, hey, we're living in chaotic times, man. It's all unpredictable. Raise your hand, and if that's you, I would really like to speak to you because you're truly evolved. No, but chaos is not a bad thing because I think it keeps all of us on our toes and it makes us and allows us to pick what is most important. Chaos and confusion enable choice. And I think that is the real opportunity in all of this. So there's interconnectedness on one hand. There's a chaotic world in which nobody seems to be spared, from a school-going child to a senior who's considering retirement. Yeah? And in all of this, we now have this topic that ICF Delhi has put together boldly. Anyone wants to say that? Clarity in chaos. I'm a first principles person for those of you who know me. So I go back to the first principle. The first thing I noticed in this theme, the first part of it, clarity and chaos, was the grammar. Okay? The word in. It means that it is in the here and now. Clarity in the chaos. It is not clarity from chaos. It is not chaos to clarity. The operative word is in. And what does that mean? It means with all of this chaotic world that we are in and we are moving towards, we can still find clarity in that context, not try to change the frame of reference. And here I again go back to my, it's an absolute privilege to work as a coach. So I always say, Yeah, the coach is the bigger winner in this whole thing because you get to learn for free. Yeah, amazing, isn't it? You get paid and you learn for free throughout. So thanks to, and a silent thanks to all of my amazing clients who I see navigating this chaos with absolute grace, not trying to change the narrative, not trying to fix things, yeah? But, you know, in swimming there's a thing, right? Swimming against the tide is always hard. Counterintuitive. But sometimes when you're drowning, you don't do anything stupid to make it worse. So you go with the flow. So that's what I want to talk about, saying how do we create clarity in the chaotic world which I think there's no escape from, and we need to embrace and move towards that clarity. Seems paradoxical, but I think absolutely possible. I'm going to shift gears a little bit here, not just because, as Debeshi said, I'm wearing an ICF global hat now. Of course that I am, with a lot of pride and privilege. But I'm going to take you to something which is hot off the press. And if you've not read it yet, please go get a copy. It's in the public domain. The 2026 ICF Coaching Futures Report. It's a long report. There's also, I think, an abridged version of it. But I would strongly recommend go through the long report. Yeah? It's a lot of first principles, a lot of possibilities, a lot of hunches, it's foresight. It's not prediction. There's a difference between foresight and prediction. And it talks about the key global forces that are shaping the future of our industry and profession today. And there were 5, and I'd like to just pick on 2. Yeah, just to talk for reference, because if I talk about everything, you won't go back and read the report. The first one is the shift, the force is about collaborative ecosystems. This is about interconnected networks and cross-sector partnerships that emphasize shared value creation, co-learning, and collective impact. Yeah, so we're not talking about collaborating within coaching chapters or within the coaching world. We're talking about a far deeper collaborative ecosystem. And this is interesting because I just spoke about the scariness of interconnection. So that's the other side, right? The second thing that I want to bring reference to is regulation and trust in enterprise, in expertise. And why is this important? Because emerging models of governance, credentialing, and ethical oversight are aimed at rebuilding trust in institutions and professional services. There's a huge implication here for the coaching industry and an opportunity to build back trust. So I think these 2 areas, when you talk about the interconnected ecosystems and rebuilding trust in professional expertise and ecosystems, there are opportunities for leaders and coaches alike. And what are these opportunities? Leveraging the very power of our interconnectedness that can brittle us down, collaborating across ecosystems. Because clarity is not going to happen within a system. It's going to happen, for example, in coaching, when we come together with wellness, when we come together with mental health, when we come together with parallel domains, teaching, education. I think the power of our impact is so much more. Yeah? So in all of this chaos, we find solutions together. That's one part. And the other part that I want to talk about is, in regulation, in building back trust. Again, as coaches, as people in the coaching ecosystem, you really got to get your act together. You got to be that one safe, good, and I think, what's the word? Trusting space that people can go to. Without the fear that, is this person, do they know their stuff? Are they fly-by-night operators? What are they doing? So great implication for coaches with all of the AI coming in. Absolutely, you get your act together. You be ethically, and I think you be the ethical expert in all of this. And then you become this hope which can help people really move out and figure out their clarity in all of the chaos. To just close this, because I know there's a lot coming on each of these tracks, and you're going to learn some amazing sessions today. I just saw the lineup, brilliant stuff. Yeah, it's a pity that it's happening parallel sessions. I hope it's all getting recorded. Yeah, Krishnan and team. Because I was looking and saying, oh my God, how do I choose? Yeah, again, chaos, right? But let's find our clarity. I will go to what I want value from today. And and I would urge you to do that. But I want to just leave you with this one thought, and this is personal for me, right? And I'm being very vulnerable here. As a leader, I find this chaos too. It's just too fast, too quick. Yeah, and for somebody, who's seen 70s and 80s, this is a very different way of living. And I don't want to fight it. I'm going to try to ride the wave, ride the tide, with 3 C's that I really believe in: character, courage, and compassion. Because your character really shows you who you are even in the dark. So even if there's a tsunami, you know exactly what to do. Compassion, I think the world needs it more today. Yeah. High tech, even higher human touch. And courage, as I think Debeshi said, Magda said, it's the one thing that's really going to keep you going when you don't have any answers. So with that, I again congratulate the chapter, every single volunteer leader, every participant here in the room, because this is a festival, right? Debeshi reminded me, this is a festival, so thoda maza karenge. Right? Absolutely. But this is a festival, which also means that when there's a festival, we co-create. So ask the questions, continue the dialogue after this, right? This is just one day we are here. But I really think let the narrative continue. Let it go across shores to Japan. Let it go everywhere else. But let's continue this dialogue. So have a wonderful day of clarity in chaos and a lot of celebration. Thank you, friends, and thank you again for having me here.
Thank you, Vijay, and thank you for bringing the theme of the day to life today for us. Thank you very much. Your problems are not your alone. Chaos and confusion enables choices. What beautiful words. Character, courage, and compassion through which we need to lead. So thank you, Vijay, for being with us and joining us for this. I'd like to now invite Debeshi, our president, and Jaya Bhatija, CEO for Abudya, to felicitate her. Just you can put the
Such a beautiful. This is coming from Shantini.
yes.
And I'm standing amidst 2 guru coaches.